your love is good judge, man. Deal Saint. Welcome to a pop-up Friday edition of I Really Want to Know podcast, man. How y'all feeling? Happy Friday. Uh, y'all know what it is. I'm down here in Central Florida, just watching the weather change from minute to minute. It was nice and sunny and just a couple clouds in the sky 20 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, it was raining like hard, and now it's not. It's raining light. Give it 4 more minutes, it'll be something else. So, hope y'all doing well. I know I don't normally go live on Fridays, but I got some time on my hand, waiting on my daughter. They have an away game today, so it's gonna be I got a lot of time that I wouldn't normally have. Um, and I was kind of going through some YouTube stuff, looking for content for next week, and I stumbled on this brother's video, Jay Rose, and bro, I just couldn't wait till Monday. Couldn't wait. I had to talk about this. So it's just one of those things, man. People don't care about male problems, y'all. People don't care about male problems. And it is what it is, guys. So let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. Brother Joe Cruz in the building. What's good, fam? Checking in. Phil, appreciate you, man. Hope all is well where you at, man. Hope all is well. Yeah, I was kind of, I landed on this video, man, just kind of saw it. And I watched maybe like a minute and a half, and then I stopped watching it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go live and talk about this right now. The thumbnail that I made to this, it says sorry ass dudes. That's clickbait. I'm hoping that people will look at that and want to see what's going on. There's nothing sorry about it, to be honest with you, man. It's just there's a disconnect. We're dealing with a couple generations now who've been raised, with the everyone gets a trophy mentality. There are no losers. I'm special because mommy and daddy says so. And then they become grown and get into the world. And bro, they realize pretty quick that that's not the case. Plus we have this social media thing where, as a woman, you can get out there and tell your story, and it could be a sad story. You can say you're frustrated and get emotional and all that. And that's pretty much going to lead to positive things because, dudes want women and women want attention and validation and, and they run a different game. When men try to do that, I don't think it works as well. That's just my take on it. I could be wrong. So we're going to watch this video. And, I'm going to give my 2 cents in on this, on what this brother is talking about. But I think this guy is the normal guy in today's world. He is the dude out there trying to figure things out. And, we're going to kind of get into it. And he's saying these things where if a woman would say the same things in the same vein, she would get a lot of people coming to rescue her and whatever. But when a guy says it, you might have some people who will say things like, oh, you're so brave for telling your truth and all that kind of stuff. But, is that going to get you a woman? A lot of these dudes will come and they'll say these things and they're trying to get a woman. Like, will that get you a woman? Tons of women, legions of women will come and say how brave you are and how proud they are of you. And they're like, the good boy stuff. But will they smash you, right? Will they get into a relationship with you? Nah, bro, because you're coming across too weak. Right? Women want the best. They don't want the weakest. So if you're coming across weak, they're not gonna deal with you, right? When you deal with a woman, women look for reasons to disqualify you. That's just how the game is played. So over here, I'm always telling you guys, you got to get game. You have to get understanding and knowledge and know how to maneuver, right? So don't do this, in my opinion. Don't come out and do what this brother has done. It's going to look good in the short term. I bet you his comments are full of women saying, oh my God, you're so special. Oh, that don't change. Oh my God, whatever. I bet you. I haven't looked in the comments. I guarantee you that's what's in there. Now he could reach out to one of them chicks and like, hey, what's going on? We live in the same area. Can we go out? And they should be like, oh no, I have a boyfriend. Or no, you could be my buddy though. You want to be in my friend zone? I got room for you in the friend zone, but I'm not attracted to you like that. I ain't trying to smash. My take, I could be wrong. So let's get into this video, man, and check this out.
I'm about to turn 40 years old, and I have been single for almost my entire adult life, with the exception of a handful of short relationships, none of which would last over a few months, and some which probably shouldn't even be counted because they were more of like a travel situationship or one when I was super young before I joined the Air Force from high school. Only a couple that really probably had any potential, and none of which that I put any serious effort into. And it's pretty weird comparing myself to others because people tend to just default to coupling up. With the exception of course, people who maybe have serious behavioral issues or really bad looks or something like that. I just am not able to find people who have a similar track record as me that look like me or seem like me, right? And so that always has got me thinking, like, what is wrong with me? Am I defective? And this isn't going to be a bummer video. I want to make this video because I'm sure there are other people out there like me and confusing the hell out of their friends and family, and just looking for someone to be like, oh yeah, me also. So hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Right off rip. That opening statement right there, bro. It must be me. I'm almost 40. I've only had a handful of relationships. The rest of the stuff that he said, that's some, please feel sorry for me energy, right? Like you look at this guy, right? You look at this dude, he's a handsome fella, pause. There is a whole legion of men who look just like him in LA. If he were in LA, he would be going on casting calls, 4 or 5 times a week. Right? So physically, aesthetically, he's there. Now the tattoos, those tattoos don't look that good to me, but I'm not really a big tattoo person. I have some tats, but you rarely see them. But the tattoos aren't look crazy, but it really doesn't matter. I don't know how tall this dude is, but let's say this dude's around 5'10", like 5'11", right? Just a little bit higher than the average height of an American man, right? And he's a white dude, right? That's take it how you want to take it, but white dudes are at the top of the food chain when it comes to the sexual marketplace. All right. White dudes and Asian women, top of the food chain. So if he's average height or above, let's say he's a little bit above average height, he's obviously fit, dude's in shape. He's sitting there and he's like, well, why am I not getting any play? It's because you don't have any game, bro. That's it. The answer to your question, my friend, is you don't understand how it works. And you've had some situationships. I've never heard a man say situationship. You had a one night stand, bro, or you had a little fling, then call it like, yeah, I smashed a chick when I was on a PCS mission to wherever. I did too. I was in the Army. They sent me to Michigan, bro. I had a great time. Whenever we went somewhere, whenever I got a little PCS or mission or some quick little mission, like, bro, it was going down. Right? I didn't call any of that a situationship. I was out there, found some chicks, ran my game, and we smashed. Simple as that. And here's the thing. I didn't talk her into it. She saw me, wanted me, and made it happen. That's how it works. So situationships, like the words he's using, like this, he's sounding very feminine, right? You got to stop that right off the rip, right? And let's talk about your place, bro. Like this is your house or apartment, whatever. The walls are barren, no curtains. Is that a box TV back there? Like, bro, what are you doing, man? Get yourself bro, I got a 50-inch sitting right here on the floor. I ain't used in a year and a half, 2 years, maybe over 2 years. I ain't used this thing. I bought it for my daughter. She never even uses it. She has her own TV in her room. Get a better TV. He's got a keyboard behind him, so he's probably playing the keyboard. He's probably a musician, a little bit of a musician. That's a good thing. Remember, I always say you got to be good at stuff. That's a good thing. Like if you can play the keyboards, but Your house looks barren, bro. Like it's not welcoming, it's not warming. Women want the best, bro. They come to your crib, they want to feel comfortable, man. Women like stuff, man. You know, blankets that are furry. They like nice sofas. They want entertainment system. They want your stuff to look put together. They want it to smell good. Bro, you got a dog running around. These are the things that you need to work on as a man. Especially if you out here trying to get on with women, you're gonna be bringing them back to your crib. You got to make sure your crib is welcoming, clean, right? Like not the regular bachelor pad. Like this dude place kind of looks like your place got to, make you. It has to be really put together. She's got to walk in there and be like, oh my goodness, you know, a woman is comfortable when she comes to your house. When she walks through the door, she smells it, she sees it, she loves the lighting. There's candles, there's whatever, like really cool looking things like furniture and appliances, lamps and all that kind of stuff, pictures on the wall, paintings. She comes in and she likes that. She feels nice and cozy. She starts taking her clothes off. Like she'll take off her jacket or she'll, remove her sweater or something like that. As soon as she comes in, if she's comfortable, shoes come off, blam, she's gonna pop down, curl up. She don't want to go anywhere. That's where you want to be. That's a good place you want to be. Brother IRS is in the building. What's good, fam? Young men need to understand in their teens that they have to go out into the world and produce. No one is coming to save you, and that is a fact. That is, man, bro. There you go. One more time on that. That is a fact. This guy didn't learn that lesson as a teen. And then, dudes are looking at social media. Like his YouTube channel, I think, is fairly new. He has 1,200 or more subscribers, like 5 videos, and really good views on those videos. Like, from I think I saw like a video with 30,000 views. I saw a video with 10,000 views. I saw a video with like 1,200 views. Really good views. So you look at like my page, you see all of the content that's being cranked out. You see all of the videos and you look at the views. It's like, man, those views are really low. Yeah, because I'm over here in the manosphere, bro. I'm over here in the Mano Swamp. I'm in Red Pill world. I'll rock with people like, Fresh and Fit, Rich Cooper, Valuetainment. This type of content does get suppressed, man. People just don't want that content out there, man. It is what it is. So we're going to just keep churning it out. Right? We're just going to keep churning it out. But he's getting pretty good views. But, this dude, he's the avatar of a guy who can get women. But what's in his way, man, is his attitude. There is zero confidence here. Let's continue.
I can find some of you guys because I just feel like kind of a psycho sometimes with my track record. So, yeah, let me just tell the story.
I feel like a psycho sometimes with my track record. That's
I lost
weird.
my virginity in high school, and it was an alcohol situation. It was just sloppy. It was in some basically garage. And the dog started to eat. Sorry about the chomping noises. Like this party garage we would hang out in upstairs while people were downstairs partying. Like the whole thing is just gross, just dirty. And once I did that, none of the good girls from high school wanted anything to do with me. I was kind of damaged goods at that point.
Bro, did you hear that? He's saying things. He's saying some real weirdo type shit. He's putting himself down. He's saying, oh, it was gross. I lost my virginity because of the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol is for women, bro. Men don't get to blame it on the alcohol, bro. Try it in court. It's not going to work. I promise you. You can't blame it on the alcohol. You smashed. How did it go down? Did she just throw you over her shoulder and rush you off to some dark, dingy room that's above everybody else and just rip your clothes off and start smashing you? Nah, bro. You were a willing participant. Who was this chick? Like, was she attractive? Was she a big girl? Like you said, the good girls won't mess with you because you were damaged goods or whatever after this point. Well, how did the good girls find out what happened, bro? Right? Did you film it? Well, it's just some people word against yours. Unless people stood there and watched you and filmed you, bro. Again, you got plausible deniability. Plausible deniability, bro. It works when there's no proof. But the problem is this guy has no game. He doesn't have any social awareness. When people came to him with it, oh, I heard you had sex with so-and-so. I'm like, no, I didn't. That's not what happened. Like we were drinking that night. We made out a little bit, but nah, I tried. She didn't want to do nothing. Lie. Right? Become a politician, bro. and lie. Muddy the waters. They don't need to know what you did. Right? Oh, it was gross. It was nasty. It was dingy. It was dirty. You a dude, man. Most dudes don't get sexual access, period. You already, because of that, especially at that age, man, that threw you into the top 20%. He just wasn't emotional. I mean, he didn't have the emotional wherewithal to handle it. Like, bro, what are you saying? Did she take it from you, homie? Like, are you about to say that? Are you trying to withdraw consent? Like, what are you saying here, man? Now, as I watch this and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, is this a variant of the game that I am not aware of? Like, is dude running game right now? This is how he's gonna get women in. He's calling himself weird. He's coming off as awkward. I'm just a regular dude. I didn't know any better. The good girls wouldn't touch me because I'm tainted. How many of those good girls are tainted, bro? Like, what are we talking about? Tainted. Man, I did. Ugh. Brother Michael Lee's in the building. What's up, fam? Good to see you. What does that mean? This could be a new variant of the game that I'm not up on. Let's continue.
For good reason. And the girl who it was with, she had already graduated high school, so I don't know what she was thinking. She must have been a troublemaker or something, but yeah, it's just kind of like a crappy start, right?
No, it's not. No, that's not.
Like I said, there was alcohol involved, and I didn't really build any social skills with the opposite sex that weren't based around alcohol or some sort of substance. So that was sort of how I got off on, I got my start. And before that, it was just some awkward sort of hand-holding relationships. Or my first kiss was a terrible disaster because I thought I had to cover my braces with my lips, and I would do an impression, but it's too embarrassing. So yeah, you just imagine the utmost shame for my first kiss attempt. And yeah, it was just so awkward in high school, thinking back on it, middle school, whatever, with the opposite sex. I never really figured out what I was doing. And then
what did he just say? It was awkward in middle school and high school. Duh. It was awkward for everybody, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, homie? Who had it locked in high school and middle school? My first kiss was awkward. Based on what? Were you standing around watching other people's first kiss? Are you high? Every time I'm telling you, your first few kisses, you were bumping teeth and everything, like hitting each other, bumping each other on the head. You didn't know what to do. That's everybody, player. No one knows. You're a kid. Like, you're a kid. What are you basing it on? Well, how was it supposed to go? And he was like, oh, I'm walking around just before that, just walking around holding girls' hands. Bro, this dude might be tall. Like, this dude might be the kind of the kind of man that women want to holler at. Right? They might see him. He might have the avatar. Like, they see him like, ooh, and then he starts talking and they're like, oh, he might be that dude. He might be the Chad, right? Like the quote unquote Chad. Like, he could be the dude. He could be Trevor. He could be Aaron. He could be Hunter. But the guy's game is so god awful. All he has to do, really, it seems to me, just listening to the first 3 minutes of this, when he gets around women, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just sit back and let them talk. Just do a lot of and repeating back the last thing that they say to you. They ask you a question, you ask them that question right back. Then sit back and let her hamster wheel get going. This is what I mean, gentlemen. This is why you have to have game. You have to have understanding. You need to sit back and just watch everything unfold. This dude right here should be slaying chicks. He should be slaying chicks, bro. You take my experience and my knowledge of the game and put it inside this avatar pause. You know what I mean? It is. Come on, man. Hugh Hefner numbers. Like, Hugh Hefner numbers. The problem with this guy is he's weird. He's just weird.
I would continue. Honestly, I had like a high school relationship. Once I graduated, there was some girl who would still date me. She was a senior, I think, but it would be short-lived because I'd be joining the Air Force. And when I joined the Air Force, there was a lot of alcohol involved on the weekends, so I really stuck to those habits of using beer as a crutch to socialize. And so the only time I would have some sort of something that resembled intimacy would be like basically a drunken hookup. And I never made an attempt to date during those years or have some sort of a normal go up, hi, my name is Josh. What's your name? Just the normal, like, just talk to women. I never did that. It was always.
I think this is some sort of game, bro. I think dude is running a play here. I think he's running a play. Notice he's talking since the first time, since he broke his cherry, so to speak, that time in high school with a college girl. This dude was a high schooler hanging out, and some college girl came and smashed him. And he's saying it was icky. Bro, you high? You what? You had a grown ass woman come and do something with you. All right, cool. And then you're seeing all the other girls, the good girls, looked at you as tainted. Then you get to then you graduate. And then he says, well, I graduated high school and then I had a relationship with the high schooler or something. The way he put it was just weird. Just say, yeah, I had a relationship. What was, you're 18 years old. She's probably 18 years old, right? You might be 19 years old. She's 18 and a half years old. Like she's a senior in high school. There's nothing weird about that type of relationship. But if you say that they're looking at a grown man saying, yeah, I was dating a high schooler, right away, they're going to be, hold on, what do you mean by that? So this dude is completely socially inept, bro. And he's still getting on. He's talking about, well, we would blame it on alcohol. We out drinking or whatever. Come on, man. You got free will. I was in the United States Army, bro, as a paratrooper, man. No one drinks more than paratroopers, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, not even Marines. No one drinks more than paratroopers, man. Like, we're the dudes that shove ourselves up the back of a C-130 or C-141 or C-5, whatever, CH-47, and walk out, right, while in flight. So, yeah, bro, when it's time to let loose, we let loose, man, because that might be the last night of our life. But I only drank when I wanted to. There were nights when the dudes in the unit were just getting at it, and I was just, I'm chill, man. I'm going to go somewhere else, so I stay in my room or whatever. I'm not drinking tonight. I'd be hanging out with them like, man, I don't feel like drinking. It's cool. I was chilling. I ain't doing shots. I don't drink beer. We were drinking liquor. So I only drank when I wanted to. Am I to believe that you were forced to do this? It's the Air Force fault? And you're like, well, I never got a chance to just walk up and just have a normal conversation with a woman unless there was beer involved. Whose fault is that? How come you ain't outside talking to people? This might be a play. This guy is talking about women coming after him from his high school years on. I don't get it. I'm missing something here.
He's going to parties and being awkward until I could get drunk enough to hopefully talk to people. And I just don't think I was ever doing it right. And I was probably putting off that energy, right? That I didn't know what I was doing. And by continuing that behavior, I never progressed. I never worked on it. It sucks too, because I was in the Air Force for 5 years and essentially having no sort of romance or intimacy or that sort of thing. Just sort of getting drunk with the bros and terrorizing downtown on the weekend, but not doing anything normal, like approaching women at the bar. I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of psycho. More of like,
it's kind of psycho. He keeps saying that stuff about himself, man. Like, oh, it's kind of psycho. I was in the Air Force for 5 years, is what he's saying. And all I did was drink with the bros. Like, what were you doing? Guarding a nuke? Like, what were you doing in the Air Force? I mean, here's the thing. Most Air Force installations are close to another installation. Like when we were in North Carolina, we were at Fort Bragg. Pope Air Force Base was right there. I rarely bumped into Air Force guys when we went out kicking it. Why? Hang on, just keeping it 100. They were scared. They were dealing with paratroopers, Rangers, Green Berets. They were scared, man. Like there's something wrong with them boys. So we didn't see them that often. But the guys who had game, we saw them. And life on the Air Force base was way better than life on the Army base. Right. So they really didn't leave the base that often. And, I mean, it just, I don't know, man. Like this guy right here just doesn't sound right. What he's talking about. Like, don't Navy SEALs drink a lot? I don't know, man. Never went on any missions with SEALs. I didn't have a lot of contact with Navy guys. I remember we were coming back from one mission. We were in North Carolina, I think. We were coming back from some mission, but we stopped at a naval installation just so we can kind of recover our gear, get some showers. You know, it was a pretty long mission. We were out there for a while, so we were happy to get back and get cleaned up. And that's the only time I ever really came across Navy guys. And there was some dudes in the locker room. They were like, you know, they knew we were Army. They saw us with all our gear. We even had our weapons with us. You know, it was just kind of one of those things. And their eyes got kind of big. It's like, oh shit, soldiers. And one of the guys was like, hey, do you guys do a lot of backpacking? That was a moment we were covering our gear, we're doing our thing. He said that, we just all looked up at him. We all looked up at him for a second. We all just went back to what we were doing. Like, what kind of silly ass question is that, seaman? Like, it is what it is. But to you, I would imagine, yes, the SEALs do drink, but not as much as when they were before they were SEALs. You know, Navy guy, all military guys are going to drink, man. You're 18 years old, man. You're just first time away from home. You're in a foreign state. You might even be in a foreign land somewhere. Yeah, you're gonna drink, bro. And even though you're underage, your bro is gonna bring back some beer or whatever, wherever you want to drink. You know what I mean? Like my guy Jay Swans, he got to the unit. He was 17 and a half years old. He drank when I drank, right? And I was under 21. So yeah, my answer would be yes. I'm sure Navy SEALs drink, but I doubt if they get wasted every single weekend. They train too hard. If we're talking about guys who are like on the teams, they got to stay sharp for missions. You know, they do a lot of training. When they're downtime, they're training on their own, and then they come together and train as a team. So yeah, sure, they drink, but these are older, these are older sailors. These are top tier operators. They're not going to go out there and get shit faced like we did when we were privates and stuff like that. When they were, when they were E1s and E2s, E3s, that's partying on one level. But once you get E5 and up, especially if you're, a SEAL, a Green Beret, if you're like the Air Force tip of the spear guys, like the PJs or the combat controllers, like once you get to that level, bro, it's your maturity shoots up because you got to be mature. You got to be savvy to do the kind of things that they do, that they're tasked to do. The only exception to that would be MARSOC, Marines, and Rangers. I think they still get shit faced no matter what. Right? It doesn't matter what age they are, what rank they are. I think they drink hard because they go hard, but their mission is different. I've kicked it with some Rangers. I've gone on missions with some Rangers. I know how they get down when the mission is over. Yeah, bro. When they let loose, they let loose. But still, they'll get up. They'll drink you under the table and then be up first thing in the morning, bro. Out there on the PT track, going flat out, man, running 8 miles flat out. Like you can't even keep up with them. And it's like, how can they move like that? Those dudes are machines, man. So yeah, man. Do SEALs drink a lot? I don't know. I would say not as much as the young guys. But let's continue.
Like being inspired by jackass stunts versus pickup artists, I guess, if you will. I'm trying here. I don't have a script. Just bear with me. So I got out of the Air Force and, just kind of not knowing what to do with my life. Got on the Appalachian Trail, did some hiking, did like 2/3 of that. It was really cool. And I was finally starting to meet people that I felt like I could be sober around and get along with and click with, finding my sort of wanderers, adventurers, that sort of thing, people that were trying to figure it out as well. And so I was building a little bit of those social skills that I didn't have that helped with the ladies as well.
Hey, back to dude's apartment, man. He has nothing in there. Do you hear how loud it is? Because his dog is sitting there eating and drinking. You hear the echo. There's dogs walking around. There's no area rugs anywhere. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of furniture there to kind of, help with the sound. Like there's nothing on the walls. Man, like this dude. And here's the thing. And if you're a top tier guy and your game is on point, you could bring a woman back to a place like this and she'll still smash. But if you're in your like if you're in your 30s, like this guy says he's in his 30s now, it's she'll come over just for the physical sex and then leave. You want to have a place that's comfortable so she'll want to just hang out and stay. Like she'll just hang out. And then you can see what type of woman she is. If she's comfortable, she'll go in the kitchen and start making you stuff. Hey, where are your pots and pans? What do you have in the refrigerator? Oh, I see you have some chicken. Oh, I see you have some kielbasa. Oh, you have salad. Like you have some romaine and like rich green, like a green mix. Bro, oh, we got some eggs. She might cook for you. Right? She might make you a hamburger. She's looking at, oh, you got buns. This is a way to help vet women to see what type of woman she is. Or is she the kind of girl that comes over, just wants to drink and eat snacks and watch TV, have sex, and she's like adds no value outside of that. She's constantly asking you from stuff. Oh, babe, can you make me a sandwich? Babe, can you bring me some fruit? Babe, can you bring me a soda? If that's what she's doing, smash that chicken and send her on her way. Like, run along, shorty. Run along. That's not the one. She's not going to add any value, bro. If she comes into your space, your very comfortable space, and sees that you have a refrigerator full of stuff and everything is nice and you're healthy, you're grown up, and all she's doing is trying to get you to cater to her and serve her because I'm your guest. She's like, I'm the guest. You should bring me this. You should bring me that. And they're like, well, let's go to your place. Well, I got roommates. Just smash little shorty and get her out of there. Don't let her back into your crib. Matter of fact, you made a mistake by letting her know where you live. So be careful out there. We'll talk about that on another day. But let's get back to dude.
I think I had maybe one connection that I probably could have done something about that would have gone somewhere, but I'm not a pursuer, and I was definitely not a pursuer then. So it just stayed casual. It stayed a friendship, and that was that. And I got off the trail about the 2/3 mark to go start job hunting. Got frustrated from that and ended up going to the Army. So the whole wandering and being sort of a loner would be made easier by, going somewhere new, somewhere else, doing something different. And the Army, it didn't really click in. I mean, it's not the right culture for me, but I knew that going in, it was just a means to an end. I got lucky though. I got stationed in Alaska. And so I started to build a lot of healthy habits around getting outside and, hiking and biking and going to like the little festivals in the summer and stuff, and finding things that they had alcohol involved, but it wasn't the main focus. It wasn't like going to a bar where you just not even meaning to, you're going to get sloppy drunk by the end of the night, but getting out and doing stuff and then having a couple beers after riding mountain bikes or something like that. It was pretty awesome. And so I think I was starting to find my groove a little bit there and made some decent relationships. Actually, a couple friendships that are still really strong, one in particular, but definitely an improvement from previously. And keep in mind, I'm, let's see, I was 5 years, joined the Air Force when I was 19, got out 5 years later. So I've been 24, it's been over a year out, 25, 26. So I'm going on 26, 27 years old and barely figuring out what I like to do for fun, and honestly just starting to build some social skills. It's kind of ridiculous.
And whose fault is that, Airborne? So you were in the Air Force, got out of the Air Force, did your thing, wandered around, then you joined the Army. Oh my man, holy bejesus. You took a huge step backwards when it comes to going from the highbrow Air Force or going to the Army. Like I said, Air Force dudes didn't fuck with us. Right? Only certain types of Air Force dudes would mess with the Army. And the Air Force dudes who would mess with the Army were the guys who went into the field. Like I said, the tip of the spear Air Force dudes would rock with us. Maybe a couple crew chiefs who were just like from the hood or something like that. But the Air Force guys who went on missions, the Air Force guys who put their lives on the line were the Air Force guys that would come hang out with us. Those were the dudes that weren't afraid to come kick it with us because we had that bond. Like, yeah, we're all out there. Yeah, we're paratroopers. Like, we put ourselves out there, but guess what? That's the dude over there. That's the Air Force dude that drops us off, right? We get on their aircraft and they take us to the fight, which means they can get shot down dropping us off, right? They're out there training like we train. So he went from the Air Force, being lightweight bougie in the Air Force, to going into the Army. And like you said, oh, I got lucky. I went to Alaska. Like, okay. This guy didn't have any direction whatsoever. He's just doing stuff to be doing it, like a means to an end. Maybe he's trying to get money. Maybe he needed some medical coverage or whatever he was doing. A lot of young guys come up to me and they ask me, hey, should I join this military? Should I go to college? Should I do this? Should I do that? The first thing I ask them is like, well, what's your mission? And they have no idea. This is what I mean by that. This is a guy who has no idea what he was doing. He didn't know his mission. So wherever he went, it would have been aimless. So it's just he's hitting 30 years old and he's just now realizing that he's socially awkward and doesn't know how to talk to people and he can't get on with women unless the women come at him. Notice he said he had a bunch of random hookups, this, that, and the third. He was doing his situationship, whatever he said. Women were coming to him. I tell you guys all the time, bro, it's not you. It's not your game per se, like your pickup artistry. When women talk to you, they talk to you because they like you. They've already made up their mind. They want to give you a shot. It's on you not to screw it up, right? This is what I'm talking about. The confidence to walk up and present yourself, understanding your game, understanding your limitations, right? Where you excel at and where you don't. That's what you need to do as a dude. When you, like I said, I've never walked up to a woman, said some blah, 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 blah stuff, and then had her take me home or was willing to come home with me and smash or whatever. Never. That woman wanted to do something with me when she first saw me. The instant she saw me, she wanted to mess with me. And it was up to me not to screw that up. This guy hasn't figured that out. You know what I mean? Brother Jack Black's in the building. What's good? What's good? You didn't say how fun this job could be. Yeah. That job could be very fun, man, especially when you're young, but you gotta understand you're in it for the long haul, bro. Air traffic control over the decades takes its toll on you. When I first got in, when I first started, man, I loved it. When I was in Miami, bro, I was in heaven. I was the best facility for me, hands down, was Miami. If life didn't get in the way, I never would have left Miami. I never would have left the Miami area. No way I would have left Miami. So you know, enjoy it while it's fun, bro. But there are really high highs, and there are very low lows. We'll talk about that when you get out of the academy, man. So get back to studying, bro. Get back to studying. Y'all know Brother Jack Black is studying to be an air traffic controller. He's in Oklahoma City right now.
Late bloomer, man. We got a late start. And so what else can I say about that time? I wasn't dating. Again, I think I had one sort of a casual relationship. There was a woman who was up there for the summer doing a summer job. And so we kind of hooked up there for a little while. But she wanted me to tell her to stay, and I wanted her to not stay just because of me and start a whole new life. I wasn't really taking the thing seriously, and I'm not sure I liked her that much. I mean, she was cool, but I was definitely not in love. I've still yet to fall in love. I don't know what that's like, to where you just basically lose all sense and completely set everything aside to pursue another person or something like that. Not even close. I was still more into just doing my thing in Alaska and getting out on the weekends and whatever. So it didn't really go anywhere. She eventually went home, and then there was, that was it. I would start a friendship, long-term friendship, with a really good friend who we would date for a little bit, doing the thing you're not supposed to do, which is date your best friend. It all turned out fine. But beyond that, that was it. So there goes another 4 years and one of the years I was deployed most of the year. So it's not like you're out there making connections in Afghanistan, just working 12 hours a day. I was working a desk, whatever. And there went another 4 years of not really seriously dating or getting into a relationship. And then I started traveling. And again, still really finding my people out there on the road, whether it was hiking the trail or out traveling. If there was ever a time where I was going to find someone who was right for me, it would have been then. And I don't know if my heart wasn't open or I was doing something wrong. I mean, I had like some hookups here and there, but nothing that really felt serious.
This dude's living a dream. He was living a dream, didn't even realize it. It's not like this guy is saying, I can't get sexual access. I can't talk to women. Women don't talk to me. I'm a virgin and I'm in my 30s. He's not saying that at all. This dude has been talking about all the women he smashed since he was in high school, since he was a teenager. Everywhere he went, except Afghanistan, he was smashing. And he might have had an encounter in Afghanistan. He said he was working a desk. That's where all the females are, right? So, oh, you're going down range, but you're going to be in the rear with the gear with all the women. Bro, he's probably smashed somebody. There's a like he was talking about the girl with the long-term relationship, and then she left, and then he was about to, he was like, and then he's like, he said, and then this or whatever, and he stopped himself. There was probably another encounter right after that. This dude has women coming out. This dude might be tall, bro. He might be like 6 feet, right? 6'1", right? There's something about this guy that women like because he keeps having these encounters with women. And he's saying, well, I've never been in love before. I don't know what that means. The rest of the dudes, right? More than a third of the men out there in his age group are like, bro, what are you talking about? You smashing. He sounds like those femcel chicks. He sounds like them right now, bro. This is the male version of the femcel. This dude is not an incel by no stretch of imagination. He's smashing all the time. Just imagine the amount of women that he don't even see out there. They're trying to get his attention. Imagine how many women have placed themselves in his orbit and he just didn't even realize it. This is why you need to have understanding, gentlemen. Y'all got to get your game up, get your eyes open and see what's going on around you. This dude right here, I don't understand what he's talking about. This could be, like I said, this could be a form of game. This could be a way to get women to send him messages, jump on his Instagram, that sort of thing. And he can just kind of filter out the girls he wants. And guess what? The women he hooked up with, he didn't say they were ugly, fat, nasty. I bet you these women were better than average. He's probably messing with 6, 7s, maybe a couple 8s in there. Think about that. He's not talking about I'm banging these nasty chicks. Even the girl that said his first, and when it was in a high school thing, and the girl he hooked up or whatever, the college chick. He didn't say she was like big and nasty. You would think he would add that in there because that would enhance the story. Sounds like she was just some freaky college chick who came back to her high school to score some D.
But that was way better than previous hookups earlier in my life. It's almost like I was hooking up with people who I had more in common with, so it was a little bit more special versus just some rando and you're both drunk. If that makes sense. Like
it doesn't make sense.
Connection over a few days, and then something would happen. It was actually kind of nice. So,
no, it doesn't make sense. If that makes sense, no. You're a guy. You're telling me you smashing chicks. You don't even know their names. That means you just out here running game. He's running game and don't even know it. Like I said, bro, it's the women who decide who's going to smash. This guy, this guy right here, bro. Like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about, bro? Dr. B is in the building. Like, I agree with the title, especially when guys are young. Bro, yeah. This dude is living the life, man. He's got chicks. It sounds like he's got women all over him, bro. All over him at every single phase in his life, going from, his teens, his late teen age years, all the way up to 30. He's got women wherever he goes. Except the one place he said he just sat down for a year in the deployment in Afghanistan. And I'm telling you, he probably smashed something while he was over there. Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good, fam? Hey, Brother Mandrell, I got a question for you, bro. Do Navy SEALs drink a lot? Brother Michael Lee wants to know. Brother Mandrell is a former Green Beret. So if there's anyone I know that would have worked with SEALs, it would be Mandrell. Hey, Mandrell, you doing any missions with SEALs, man? Doing any training with them boys? And if so, do they drink a lot? I was telling Michael, I doubt if they drink that much because they're older and more professional. I said like the younger ranks, like from E1 to E4, those are the ones who are really drinking. Like once you get into E5 and above, especially if you're a Green Beret or if you're a SEAL or something like that, you don't drink as much. So yeah, let me know what you think about that, brother Mandrell. But this guy right here, man, The more I listen to him, I'm looking at him. I think this dude is running game. I think we're gonna have to look at the comments when this is over just to see.
So it was like getting better, I suppose, but again, not serious stuff. And I traveled off and on and would be in and out of school for, the next 3 years or so before I went back to Alaska as not for the military, to try and do it on my own as a civilian. And so during those off and on travel times in school, nothing serious aside from like a medium term travel relationship, but only a few months. It didn't go anywhere. And nothing while I was in school because I kept like switching schools, or I would go online and then I would go somewhere, switch programs, and then I would change my mind and go back home, and like just constant uprooting. And so, yeah, that doesn't do good for this either. So I don't know. This is sounding a bit, I'm having trouble finding the flow here. So I want to cut it short with the story time and just say, you get it. You see the patterns here. And so what happens is the years just keep going by. And so what do I do with all this information? What do you do? Like, what are we talking about here? What's the point? I have a few points. One, if you're young and you're watching and you're kind of a loner, the universe is not going to find love for you. It's not how it works. That's some made up fairy tale stuff. That whole like casually finding your person, your soulmate or whatever, you have many soulmates. It's just a numbers game. And the stronger your network and the more your social skills and the higher your value in society, like how do you make other people's lives better or make the world a better place, or you produce something or whatever, like you do something that has value to some group, the higher that is, I think the more you can just casually stumble into these things. But for people like me, you have to work on these skills. You have to put in the work. You got to put in the sweat equity. And I just never did. And still to this day, I can only really approach a woman like a cold approach. It has to be, I've worked out recently, so I've got some extra endorphins going. I've got that confidence. I didn't have anything embarrassing at work that's sort of messing with my self-esteem. All these little things. I feel valuable. I feel like I'm using my free time well. I'm not being super lazy. Like all these things add up for me to just have the bare minimum amount of confidence to go talk to people that I don't know. And it's still a struggle, and I'm getting older, right? And so it's just making me wonder, like, am I not doing enough? But I think this should just serve as a warning to some of the younger viewers out there. Either put in the work or make more friends, build a network. Don't move 6,000 times and keep changing your mind and where you want to live and stuff. That doesn't help either. Just be careful. Like the wanderlust thing is great, be a Rolling Stone, all that stuff. But at a certain point, you kind of get to some diminishing returns with that sort of a lifestyle, I think. And it's time to start investing in yourself and some of those harder long-term goals. So
I think this is game, bro. Listening to him, he understands the work part. He understands the social aspect of this thing. Um, when it comes to moving, right? There's nothing better than being the cute stranger. I can't tell you how many times I got on because I'm the stranger. I'm only there for a limited amount of time. Women come out of the woodwork, bro. That's when the good girls come out. The good girls are like, I could do something with this guy. I done talk to him because they'll fill you out. I done talk to him, or they'll be sitting in the background while you're talking to their friends. They're peeping, they're listening to you, paying attention to you. Like, oh yeah, this guy keep his mouth shut. Man, they'll sneak up, they'll creep up and get it in, and then go back to their life. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. I'm not saying every woman's like that, guys. Not every woman is like that, but there are some out there who are. been in a relationship with their high school sweetheart or whatever, and something goes down and they get an opportunity to step out, they'll do it. Not a lot of women who will, but some will. Right? It is what it is. And they'll never get caught, and there's no proof. They're really good about that. Right. So as far as the husband concerned, it never happened because he'll never find out. They take extraordinary steps. And even beyond that, just being the stranger, being the cute stranger, all the single women are like, who's dude? All right, cool. He has stories. This dude right here has stories. He's traveled, well traveled. He was in the Air Force. He was in the Army. He's gone to college. He's traveled the world. This dude has stories. And like I say, if he's anywhere near 6 feet, he's fit. You can see he's fit. Like I say, he looks like just a random actor from LA or New York. All he has to do is tell his stories. Like, I was at this place and I went to that place, and I was mountain biking over here and I did this over there. And the women are just gonna be like, oh yeah, I want this guy. And it sounds like that's what's been going on right for the past 20 some years. That's what it sounds like. He's just been out there, Mr. Magoo, his way into the Foxy Brown, and he doesn't even understand why. Like, dude, you have the perfect game. He doesn't even realize it. And he's like, well, I want to fall in love and I want to do this and I want to do that. Why? You already get to pick. Just pick the one you want. I don't understand this, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, like, listening to him talk, I don't know if this guy should be allowed to fall in love. This is the type of dude that'll fall for some girl and then she'll run expert game on him, break his heart. And, this is the guy you read about or hear about on TV where they find, body parts inside of a box is under his bed or something like that. This is what they look like. This is the American Psycho right here. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, watching this video, I really believe that this is game.
I'm going to rewatch this and see if it's garbage. And so if I uploaded it, I guess it barely made the cut. But going forward, I'm doing better about learning how to socialize with strangers. Started that running group on weekdays in the evenings where I'm kind of the leader. That people are looking to me to talk and make the little decisions and carry the conversation a little bit, at least until things get going, and then it works itself out. But I'm still moving to make improvements. But it's rough, man. I think it's harder the older you get. So maybe just do this stuff while you're younger. And yeah. And if you're out there and your story sounds like mine, hey, we found each other. Either we're both freaks or maybe not. So that's cool. All right. That's all I got.
This dude right here, bro. Like, this dude right here. He started a running group where he lives. I don't know if he's still in Alaska or where he lives. He's the leader of the group. How much you want to bet there's at least 3 or 4 dimes in that running group? And why did they join that group? Because he's the leader. Game. I'm telling you, bro, this is game, man. Like, let's look at let's look at the comments, bro. 276 comments, man. This is crazy, man. It's like, I think this is I think this is probably more common than it seems. Then there's a large number of people in relationships just for the sake of it. 41 have been single since 25 or 26, just have no desire to go back down that road. Part of being an introvert. All right. My last relationship ended in 2009. I think these are all dudes, except for the first one. The first one might have been a woman. My last relationship ended in 2009. Me and my ex-girl lived together for over 6 years. I'm currently 47. My former best friend said to me back when, I don't know why you don't have a girlfriend. You're smart, funny, and good looking. Choices and luck are what it is. Life isn't necessarily how one wants it to be, but about how it actually is. Your awareness coupled with productive action can get one closer to there. I don't understand what's going on. Like, bro, dating is so hard. I'm in good shape. I cook, I clean, I drive them places. I pay for all the dates. You see where his problem is right here? He's a great chick. It's like, dating is so hard. I'm in good shape. I cook, I clean, I drive them to places. I pay for the dates. Still, women manage to fight with me about small things. I was married for 8 years and I had a few pictures on my phone. I'm a guy, I don't take selfies. Do I have to delete all the pictures of my travels for 10 years of memories? I was 10 years of memories. I would have given so much for a relationship that was truly worth it. It's so hard to find somebody that wants to show up every day just for you. Bro, bro, this guy right here, man. This is it. This is the good guy. This is the friendship zone guy. This is that he's in shape, he cooks, he cleans, he does all these things, right? He's not dealing with women who add value, man. That's his problem. He's not dealing with women who add value. This dude, he's got the game all fucked up. That's his problem. That's his problem. You got to find women. If you're out here and you're trying to look for a wife, you have to make sure you choose that woman who wants to be with you. You want the woman that wants to do what you want to do. You want the woman who will drive across town just to bring you some chicken noodle soup because you have a cold. You want the woman who's gonna come over and wash your dishes for you, right? She's gonna clean up your place for you because she knows that you're working a lot of overtime and all that kind of stuff. That's the woman you want. You don't want to get some chick that you think is hot, you think she's fine and this and that, and she's looking down at you. This is what happens when you pedestalize women. Don't do it. Let her pedestalize you. You want that woman. And these guys, they're lacking in game. They're lacking in game, bro. And they are getting mauled out here. The next dude is like, I'm nearly 32 and I've always been single, very depressing, tall, fit, dress well, know how to cook, but too shy and insecure for my own good. And the world just gets more inhospitable day by day. I am living with my parents with no way out, and there's no women my own age around me. It all sucks. But I know plenty are in the same boat. He just got a bunch of dudes. No women are. You remember when I started this video and I'm like, if you put yourself out there like this, women aren't going to be like, you go boy, and I come be with me. I'll save you. There is no Captain Save a Hoe equivalent, right? There's no Captain Save a Dude, Captain Save a Nerd. These women don't like that. They don't find it attractive. Look at all these dudes who are coming out of the world work. Like me too. I'm screwed up too. I'm nearly 32 and I've always been single. I'm tall. I'm fit. I dress well. I know how to cook. I live with my parents though, right? All right, cool. You should be stacking bread. You living with your parents. You should be stacking all kind of money. You should have a plan to come out of there and get your own house or multiplex, like buy yourself a fourplex, right? If you ain't messing with women, you should just go ahead and just be on that path to be a millionaire, bro. Like I'm about to go out here and make $5 million. I'm gonna do it that way, and then the women to come look for you. Now they'll run your pockets, but hey, at least you know how to make the money back. I'm not seeing any women on here, just dudes commenting. I'm about to turn 42, and this has been my life. I always thought there was something wrong with me. Last year, I got diagnosed with autism. Oh, yeah. If you pay the doctors, man, they'll tell you something wrong with you. They'll give you a medical paper that says you got this or that, but it ain't got nothing to do with autism, bro. And suddenly my inability to connect made sense. I also had a ton of trauma from abuse in childhood, and that also had a massive impact as well. Ultimately, though, getting my ASD diagnosis really helped me find peace with myself and also helped me come to terms with the fact that I kind of feel like I'm happier not being in a relationship. Cope. 100% cope. I paid the doctor's money and they told me there's something wrong with me, so it's not me. I got this paper that says I have ASD. Now it makes sense. And I had trauma when I was little. What was the trauma, son? Your mom and dad told you that you're not a winner? What was the trauma? What was the trauma, son? Everyone goes through some trauma, bro. I was a teenager, man. And I had a gun put in my face, man, more than once. Well, it was in my face, like right here once, but people shooting at me other times. But the point being, right? It's gonna be drama, bro. What kind of trauma did you have, homeboy? And you see how people want to go out here and look for reasons like, well, there's a reason now. Look, it's not me. I have a reason. I'm diagnosed with this. I'm diagnosed with that. Man, come on, bro. Loser mentality, man. Loser mentality. Right? Another dude. No, we're neither freaks nor defective. We don't feel the need to look for someone to complete us because we're already complete ourselves. Our casual hookups were more of a human basic need as sexual beings. It's important that we don't confuse the feeling of loneliness with the feeling of being alone. Find companionship. It's important to connect with a friend or two who will check in on you and have your back. This guy, this guy kind of gets it. He's like, look, I'm out here smashing. You're like, I ain't, we're not defective. I ain't got to have somebody complete us, man. I'm already good. This guy has confidence. He was like, yeah, there's the basic need to have sex because we're sexual beings. It's important not to confuse the feelings of loneliness with being alone. This dude right here gets it. This guy gets it. The rest of these dudes, they're looking for sympathy. They're looking for validation. These dudes are female, man. This is what this is what we're going through in today's world, bro. Today's woman is made of men parts, and today's man is made of woman parts. Xerxes said that thousands and thousands of years ago. It's going on right now. It's going on right now. And this is why women keep saying they can't find anybody, bro. Women want the best. And it's all these dudes are out here and they're like, damn, they done smashed them too. Like, all right, I done smashed this guy, but he's a fucking weirdo. So they move on, right? It's like, damn, if he can only get himself together, right? And then these dudes who don't know what they're looking for or don't know how to get what they're looking for or whatever the case may be, and instead of working on it and becoming better, they want to just go to the doctor and get a diagnosis. Thank you for posting this video. Another dude, 43. Oh, no, this is a woman. This is a woman right here. Let's check this out. This is a woman. She said, thank you for posting this video. 43-year-old woman has never been in a relationship and, if I'm being honest, never had close friends, struggled with OCD and depression for over 30 years, was tested for autism twice because he kept telling you didn't have it. We'll try it again. First time over 20 years ago and the second time last summer. No diagnosis, which is totally fine, but it would have been a logical explanation on why I was and am the way I am. Female, one female, right? We done read about what, 5, 6 or so comments, all male. We got this one right here, female. She's doing the same thing. She's looking for a medical reason as to why she can't figure it out. I'm awkward. So someone give me a diagnosis that says I have autism so I can have that to lean on. I have this, I have that. They're looking for this type shit, bro. Single is the best way to be. I was single for most of my adult life until the last 7 years. I think after this relationship, I will stay single. You have total freedom and less stress in your personal life. Again, another guy, it sounds like another guy who at least he can smash. These dudes are not going sexless, at least not most of them. They're saying that they've been out there doing it. They're getting it in. Like, dude, you're dropping gems again. I can't believe how I relate to all your videos. I put off building my social network and now it's bitten me in the butt. I wonder if this is a woman or not. It's been there. It's like, I can't emphasize enough your point of importance of a solid and wise social network of friends to find decent long-term romantic relationships. 2, there is such a thing as the one, right? There is such a thing as the one. I don't believe that at all. That the one that the universe will bring to me, in reality, in reality, you will most likely be with a decent other that makes you happy, right? Is she the one? Hell no. But are you happy? Yes. So move on with the next steps in your life. And chances are she will also not fall in your lap. So you will have to work to be with her. I wonder if this is a female. This sounds like a woman. This sounds like a woman. I mean, this doesn't sound like a dude, but these dudes are made of female parts, so it's really hard to tell. As far as the one goes, is there the one? Nah, ain't the one. It doesn't work that way. Are there people out there who are more compatible with you than others? Absolutely. It just takes work, man. Relationships take work, lots and lots of work. It's not easy. It's not easy. Nothing comes easy in this life. It's just, I don't know why people don't want to accept and understand that. But these people are just victims, man. They're just victims. Here's a lady, new sub, 54-year-old woman and recently widowed. I found your channel by accident and decided to give you a listen. And I enjoyed watching your video about the dating and relationships, marriages. Is more difficult today, especially with dating apps and social media. I spoke with my neighbors a few weeks ago, and one lady told me there's a huge problem with internet corn addiction with young men today, especially teenage boys and young kids. It's not every boy or adult male with that issue, but let me see if I can see the rest of this. But lots of young guys can't stop watching adult videos. It's addictive. There's also a rise in erectile dysfunction, ED, in young males in their 20s and 30s. I've read a lot about that. I was shocked when I heard this. And nowadays, lots of young guys take the blue pill for their performance in the bedroom. Wow, Viagra. I didn't know that. Or Cialis or whatever. I thought I thought this happens with older men in their 60s and above. I really believe social media ruined dating and relationships for men and women. For me, I would be afraid to date today. I don't even know how to date. I've been with my hubby 28 years. And just from the stories I've heard from others, it's scary and risky getting involved with any random man. I will be alone for a while, and that's fine by me. So it's a 54-year-old woman, widowed, definitely past it. I mean, it is what it is. She made a lot of good points here. Um, the whole thing about dudes taking taking the blue pill just to get it up, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then people talking about, oh, you had such a such fulfilling life. I'm just kind of scrolling looking for women. I'm not seeing a lot, but yeah, this could have been dudes' way of just creating a funnel, trying to get women to come holler at him. Jima saying, I'm about 36. Let me see. I'm 36, but if I reach 40, still single, I would consider that a win. I'm single at 15 years and learned to be happy alone which is pretty great. I can focus on work, entrepreneurship, gardening, going on bike rides, going to restaurants with my friends and family. I'm experiencing pretty much total freedom. I'm the sole decision maker in my life. Um, to interrogate a woman, to integrate a woman in my life, she would need to have incredible chemistry with me and blah, 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 blah. This is a dude no woman wants. So he's just like, yeah, I'm happy with this. And a lot of guys are happy with it. There are guys out there who are just like, yeah, I'm cool with this lifestyle. They have never had it. So why try to get it now? It's difficult. Women are hard to deal with, man. That is true, but that's also a loser mentality. Like, bro, you gave up. Like, all right, yeah, you wanted a woman, but you weren't able to, get her. So you just gave up. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's just this is just, man, these comments, bro. It just shows you where people are, man. There are a lot of losers out there, guys. And they're losers by choice. If they want to win, all they got to do is put in the work, and they just don't want to put in the work. Yes, it's a lot of work. I get that. If you're like, you know what? I've done it. I've run through some. I've had my rotations going. I've been spinning plates. And what I decided is I don't want to deal with any women over here that I just don't want to do. I don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to stop. Right. I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to pursue it anymore. That's one thing. That's you. But when you're like, I just can't figure it out. No one wants to mess with me. I'm weird. I'm going to go to the doctor. The doctor gave me a piece of paper that says I have a medical condition. Voila. It's not me. I give up. That is just crazy. That is just crazy. So I mean, I'm just kind of scamming through there. Here's a woman right here. Don't relate to everything, but a lot of your story resonates. I had a bunch of relationships in my 20s. Sure, you did, love. I mean, because you could. You were at your peak. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also moved around consistently. Um, or just constantly. I'm sorry. I've lived in 5 different countries And I'm only now settling back in my hometown at the age of 36. It's kind of surreal. Now I'm not interested in dating at all. I think I was happier single, but because of the immense social pressure to couple up and the fact that everyone else is so focused on romantic relationships, that's what I ended up doing. I'm much happier now. See the rest of it. But I still wish our society wasn't so centered on romantic relationships because that's what makes it feel lonely to me. Not the actual lack of romantic relationships, but the fact that there's the kind of relationship everyone else prioritizes. Also, I have to say the amount of self reflection and accountability you show in owning your situation is extremely refreshing. Thank you for being so vulnerable. I think this is why dude made these videos so he can come up on women like this, and maybe he's going to funnel them to something, or maybe he's going to try to date them if they're hot enough. But like you said, she did her thing in her 20s, and she traveled the world, did her thing around the world, came back home, got into a relationship because she could. Right? She could. And she's like, I think I was happier when I was single, but because of the immense pressure, social pressure to couple up, and the fact that everyone else is so focused on romantic relationships, that's what I ended up doing. I'm much happier now. You're you're much happier now that you're in a relationship, or did you break up and now you're happier because you're single again? I don't understand that part. It's like, I'm much happier now. You're much happier now because you're in a relationship, or did you break up? So I mean, bro, it's mostly men commenting on this. It's I'm looking at this, bro, like it's mostly dudes who can't figure it out, don't want to do the work. Black female and 50. Okay, let's see. You got to come home to peace and quiet. You get to have lunch or a cup of coffee with anyone you want outside your family, getting insecure about it. You can quit your job today and move to Perth, Australia without somebody telling you to sit your ass down. Oh man, she's got a lot here. You can you get to do what you want on your days off instead of having every weekend pre-planned 6 months in advance. It says black female. This sounds like a dude though. You don't have to worry about getting baby trapped by somebody who lied about taking birth control or being infertile. Yeah, this is a dude. It says black female and 50, but this is a dude writing this. Um, you don't have to deal with someone's PMS every month when she's acting so crazy that you that your sweet dog has to hide under the bed. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. These are dudes who just these are dudes who just they gave up. This guy right here sounds like he's gone his own way. Without reading the rest of his check mark stuff, man, it sounds like he's going all the way. Like, but seriously, if you want a lady and you're going to get one, judging for the videos that you post, are really bad at you're really bad about timelining yourself. You should stop doing that. Stop feeling as if there are things that you should have done by now. Your life is your life. It's unique, and it's unique to anybody else. Don't feel like you have to reach your milestones the same time as other people do. You graduate from college when you were supposed to. Okay, and blah 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 blah. Hey, listen, if y'all out here, man, y'all trying to figure it out, bro, stay away from people like this. Stay away from the people who want to quit and the people who are okay with losing. Stay away from those people. Surround yourself with people who have set their goals and achieved them. Surround yourself with people who are out there doing the work. Surround yourself with people who are 100% accountable. Like, yeah, man, I know so many wealthy dudes who are like, man, I ain't trying to have a woman. I'm not trying to have a family. I'm loving my life right now. I'm working hard. I'm doing my thing. Right? Align yourself with those folks. Don't align yourself with the losers, man. Don't align yourself with the people who are cool losing. Everything that guy was trying to, convey with the check marks, all the stuff that he was trying to convey, he could have just said, hey, man, I choose this life. I choose not to be with women. right? I choose not to be in a relationship. Rather, I choose to do it this way because it works for me. Like, bro, do what you want to do on your timetable, and it'll work for you. You can say it like that, but all the stuff that he said, that long ass comment that I mean, bro, stay away from them people. Stay away from them people, bro. You know, be happy being single and never settle. What kind of bullshit is that? Like, do you want to reproduce or not? Like, do you want to have a woman or a significant other with you or not? If you don't, fine. But the guy in the video was saying, "What's wrong with me? Because I can't seem to get this done." He's not saying that he doesn't want to do it. Man, I'm just kind of scrolling through all these videos, man. Hundreds, correction, not videos, but comments. Hundreds of comments. Just do whatever you want, some female said. Hundreds of comments. Do you like her shit? Let me say, just do whatever you want. Did she? Yep, he liked it. He's probably sliding in the DMs, doing his thing. I think this is a play. I think this is part of the play, man. He's just kind of doing this, and you know, got to draw some women in. He get to pick and choose. I wonder if he has an Instagram. I wonder if dude has an Instagram. And I'm just curious. I'm just gonna look, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, bro. You know, it's you could do what you want to do, man. But you don't want to. It's not okay to lose. We lose sometimes, but you got to keep working at it. You know, you just got to keep working at it. Now, dude doesn't have an Instagram advertised here. You just got to keep working, bro. Don't give up. Don't quit. And I think we're just, you know, we're 3, maybe 4 generations in now with kids who were raised that it's okay to quit. It's okay when you don't win. It's okay being a loser. Now, that's all BS, man. That's not going to help you in the real world. Right. So just deal with it, man. Embrace the suck, man. I know guys in the military, especially in the army, will be going through some really bad times, some really terrible missions. And they're like, bro, just embrace the suck, man. This is how it works. Trust me, this is going to end one way or the other. And when it's over, you're going to be better for it. Right? I mean, that's just, you know, and when it comes to the game of life, especially here in America, bro, it's all about confidence. Get your confidence up. It's not okay to be a loser because it erodes your confidence. You need to set goals and accomplish those goals. Get your confidence up. And when you're confident, you'll be able to do whatever you want to do. If you want to go talk to some woman, you can do that. Right. The guy even pointed that out. The J. Rose guy pointed it out in the video. He was like, oh, I would only cold approach women when I'm coming out the gym and I got the endorphins going or whatever because my confidence is up and blah, blah, blah. You should always have your confidence up. Just be out there, bro. Like, you have to have that be a part of your everyday. You just have to, man. And go out there and do what you want to do. This is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make it happen. You might fail today, but guess what? I'm getting up tomorrow. I'm going to go back. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get after it. And you just got to stay after it. You have a setback, you learn from that setback, and then you push forward and you get back on mission. And that's all I got to say about that, bro. My goodness. But that's going to get you views on YouTube. Like, this dude could be he could be a beast, bro. He could be a bad boy for real. He could be out here with the best game, slaying dimes all day, all night, but just decided to run this play. He might have just ran this play and it's like, oh, I'm getting good views, making a little bit of money, right? I mean, bro, he's got enough views, bro. I mean, he's doing 11,000 views for the video we just watched, 2.2 on one video, 37,000 on this other video. How long can tech not hire? How long can tech not hire, bro? AI, the tech shit might be gone. I'm gonna have to watch that video. 5,000 videos on this dog vlog, 90,000 videos. I went back to school in my late 30s for CS. Don't know what CS is. 90,000 videos. It's the same video. 37. Okay. So yeah, he only has 5 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He only has 5 videos. 5 videos. And his views are like, he got over 142,000 views with 5 videos, 2,470 so subscribers. The play might just be for YouTube. This dude might mess around and start making $3,000 or $4,000 a month on YouTube, just making videos like this. And he's putting them out. looks like about every week or so, every other week or so. Yeah, about that. So this could be a play. I ain't mad at him. If that's the play, run that, bro. If that's the play, I think this guy goes out and he knows how to get on women. I think this guy goes out, puts on, whatever outfit he wants to wear. Like I said, he looks like a model or an actor. Like he has stories. I bet you in real life, this guy knows how to be quiet. And if that's the case, he's killing them, bro. He's killing them. He can pull up anywhere and he's gonna have women come holler at him. He's you know what I mean? He's the avatar. That's what they want, right? That white guys are the top of the fucking, pyramid when it comes to dating in America, right next to Asian women. So, like, I think this is a play. I think if it is a play, it's a good play. If it's not a play, if he's really just this is who he really is, and he's awkward like that, he's a lucky guy, man, because he's still smashing. He's still doing his thing. But I think this is a play, guys. I really do. Shout out to Jay Rose. Let me give him a down to Marco because I think it's a play, man. Shout out to him. Check out his Instagram. Watch his videos. Like I said, he's got 5 of them. We'll see how many more he put up. I'll drop it in the chat right there. Check him out, support him. Good for him, bro. I ain't mad at him. Go over there and subscribe. I'm just checking to make sure everything's okay, man. Make sure my daughter doesn't need me. No, she's good. And I gotta go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate you. I gotta take this call right here. I really appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all know what it is, man. I'll be back definitely Monday. Y'all know I'm here every Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all know what it is. I'll see y'all Monday. I might even do something later on tonight or maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a Drunk Saint episode, a Lit Saint. Well, who knows? I'll talk to y'all later. I'm D.O. Saint. This is I Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.